trucks are busily carrying steel products in and out of the factory. This is Xiaogang, the most representative industrial area in Kaohsiung. The steelmaking process is very water-intensive, and China Steel will use 130,000 tons of new tap water on average every day. During drought season, it's not only China Steel, but other major industrial plants in Taiwan which also worry about water.
Estimates from the Water Resources Agency finds that supply of industrial water is lacking in Kaohsiung, Tainan, Taichung, and Taoyuan. If there's a water shortage, households won't lack water, but industries will.
Once water supply becomes tight, industrial companies need to contact farmland irrigation associations or other NGOs to buy water.
Our truck has 35 tons of water. Basically, when there's no shortage of water, the cost is only about $60 to $100. But when there's a water shortage, it will cost $300.
Companies with high economic output are willing to pay big sums of money to buy water. However, in order to save costs, many major factories will also construct a water recycling system in the factory.
All of the water used in our facility must be requisitioned and later approved. During our review, our basic management principle is to reduce the amount of water and reuse it as much as possible.
China Steel has many different water use systems, with each one reuses water.
Here is our purification plant for industrial wastewater. We have ultra-thin film and reverse osmosis procedures, and even ion exchange to purify water for factory use.
The first process, after completion, undergoes a cooling process, after which new water is added. After some is discharged, a secondary water process is undertaken, including precipitation and filtration. Then it is cooled with new water added and some discharged, and then the third water treatment process gets underway all the way to the fifth stage. The final industrial wastewater process involves UF or RO, and before returning to the original process. The water that cannot be recycled will be discharged into the stream after meeting the wastewater treatment standards. About 20% will be returned, as the concept is that every drop of water is used 5 times, allowing China Steel to achieve a water recovery rate of 98.3%. Since August 2018, the Fengshan Wastewater Treatment Center produces 25,000 tons of reclaimed water from Kaohsiung's household effluent each day, supplying China Steel and CSAC, alleviating their growing demand for water.
At the China Steel factory, we can see the 7.2-kilometer water pipe, which transports water from the Fengshan Wastewater Treatment Center. It can supply 24,000 tons of reclaimed water per day to China Steel.
Climbing up to the reservoir, one sees a large pool of water which resembles a swimming pool. There are 2 effluent pipes, one black and one green, which are 2 important sources of water for China Steel.
This green water pipe is tap water. The black water pipe is reclaimed water. It only started in August of 2018. Because of this reclaimed water, our dependence on tap water has reduced. Now about 20% of the water used by China Steel is from reclaimed water.
There are 4 reservoirs here with a total storage capacity of 177,000 tons. The tap water supplied by the Taiwan Water is mixed together with reclaimed water from Fengshan Wastewater Treatment Center to make industrial use water that is needed for the steelmaking process, with the water quality adjusted according to each process.
From the blast furnace converter to the cold pressing and rolling process at the back end, there are different water needs. In the later stage of the cold pressing and rolling process, the water quality required is relatively high.
When you come to the factory, you can see how the reclaimed water from Fengshan is mixed with other water in the steelmaking process.
After the Fengshan reclaimed water comes in, it goes to our cold well, then goes to our wire factory. It needs to be used for the production of wire. Afterwards, the water will collect here, and then we pump it back for this process. The steel mill uses a lot of water. We need nearly 130,000 tons of water from Donggang River every day. If we say that we can use recycled water, then we can save some 25,000 tons of tap water from Donggang River. Our original water source can be used for households, so this helps two ways.
At the final stage of wastewater discharge, one can see that the industrial water, which was once dark and brown with layers of impurities, is subjected to filtration with impurities removed, becomes environmental-friendly wastewater, which is clear. This completes its journey and it can be discharged into the saltwater stream.
I think water conservation is a social responsibility that corporations need to uphold. The cost of using reclaimed water is not that high if you count the amount of equipment put at risk if you run out of water, so it is worth it in the long run. The Industrial Development Bureau talks about water recycling in Taiwan. This includes internal circulation of water, which is about 65%, which they hope to increase to 80% in the future.
A lot of energy is needed to produce reclaimed water, with some saying we are paying for this water through more electricity. Experts attending international water conferences believe the global trend is energy-saving reclaimed water systems, as they believe this will be yet another important goal for Taiwan in the future.